Oh. I don't think I dressed appropriately if we're rumbling.
Hang on a minute.
Let's get ready
There
to
we go.
rumble.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. You are here, right? Everybody's here. Welcome everybody in the chat. I don't know if my panel's here, but you're all here.
We're
So,
here.
yeah. Okay. Hi.
Hi, hi.
Mm-hmm.
Record.
Hi.
Hi. Well, welcome everybody. It's been a while since we did a Mayhem. Like last January, we opened up the year with it, and then I don't know what happened. I think I got sick. I had a trial. I had like a lot of crap. We were doing what the fuckery like every week. And I don't know. But there's a very important question in the chat that must be answered before we start the show. Okay, Wrecker, are you okay? Like you're gonna have to answer this.
I'm gripping the edges of my desk.
Well, it's directed right to you. And Grace Case wants to know, Wrecker, did Cocaine Bear eat Princess Buttercup?
Oh, of course.
Yes, but
Of course. Well, like who
left
wouldn't?
Red Private Roberts for the rest of us to eat.
Yeah.
I
I am
No,
a Wesley fan.
no,
He says some of the nicest
Dread
stuff.
Pirate Roberts got Cocaine Bear stole Dread Pirate Roberts.
Even
That's
though I
okay.
know they're the same person, I do
rescued
prefer
you.
Dread Pirate Roberts to Wesley. Wesley was a pushover. It was
As you wish.
I do like the As You Wish, but like put it in a piece of black spandex with a mask, and I like it even better. just say it then.
You know, black makes everything better.
Does it?
As you wish.
God, don't start. Don't start. Okay, As I Wish, like, there. We got stuff to talk about. Hey, Jean. Hey, Janae. I know. Who's calling who a fascist in the chat already? Hey, Charlie, are you the fascist or is Beck the fascist? Like, I can't keep this straight. Who's the call me and who's the fascist? Like, I don't know. All right. Wrecker is Wesley. Ooh. Why, Mrs. Cassandra? He's not blonde, nor is he blue-eyed. Now, I'm trying to...
wear contacts.
Are you a farmer?
I have worked on a farm, yes.
Are you a pirate?
I mean, I live on a small island.
It's not what she asked.
And that depends on the kind of pirate we're talking about.
Wait, is pirate code for something I don't know, Quiz? Do I need further education? Like, what is... All right,
I'm just wondering what kind of pirate he might be.
Chat, I can't depend on Quiz's definition right now. He's giggling too much. So could somebody tell me if there's secret code on what a pirate is? Like, 'cause I think I just stepped in something here.
I think Beck got it.
Uh-oh. That's not... Oh, no. He's not like... No. Wrecker, are you dead? Are you crushing all the bear's dreams right now? Oh, yeah, that's the kind of pirate I like. Like, oh my God! You know what? The only answer I have to that is I'm just gonna present something. I shall just
present.
Yeah, I'm presenting. I'm gonna present. I'm gonna present to you people the thing that made me laugh the most all week. Besides quiz in general. Okay. I'm going to present to you, if I can get it up. Okay. I know that's not a problem that I should be talking about on YouTube, but still.
It's a very corny situation.
It is a very corny. I gotta how do you fucking Anyway,
look
do you
at
guys
that cat.
wait, you gotta hear the cat. Let alone look at the cat. You gotta listen to this damn cat.
He really likes his corn.
It's like aggressively. Like, watch it. I gotta watch it over and over again. Look at listen to him. He's like, no doubt. He's like wanting that corn. Look at that. He finished the whole thing too and took the husk away. Do you see why I think this is one of the funniest things that I've seen all week? Wait, It's just those sounds.
Mhm.
I need a man like that. That's all I'm telling you. Like I need a man that makes noise like that. This what? Yeah. I think I'd like that in my life. Anyway.
He's like that.
This is an awfully good drink.
It is, isn't it? It's like yeah,
Mm.
it really is. Hey, Mousy, how are you? Hey, Rocket Couch. Hey, Rody. Oh, I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming in. And Mrs. Cassandra, I know I still have you. I always have you. I miss you. You left me up here with the two of them, and I'm feeling a little scared, actually. No, I don't need them eating corn like that. I just need that kind of enthusiasm in my life, is what I mean. I mean, don't we all? That cat was enthusiastic about that corn, like hands down, no doubt, he wanted that corn, no doubt. Like I
Mhm.
just want that kind of enthusiasm in my life. I don't think that's a bad thing. Do you?
I don't either. We should
I
talk
don't either.
to who's in charge of that part of your life.
Mm.
Wouldn't I be the one? Now, here we go. Here we're going to get into these kind of questions. Would I not be the one responsible for that part of my life?
I don't know. Are you?
I should be, shouldn't I?
I'm
Like,
just asking.
you know, who you let in and who you don't, who you'll talk to about it, especially in public places like YouTube.
Oh, that's right.
Mm.
We're on YouTube.
I know. Oh my God. I've got more cats eating corn because there's not just one. Apparently, the cats have taken over the social medias. They were on Instagram, they were on Twitter, they were on Facebook, they were everywhere. Right. Push this one over. Add this one. Look at that face. Oh my
Isn't
God.
that pretty, kitty?
It
I
looks
know.
like a ferret.
Wait, it doesn't sound like one though. Wait till you hear this. Look at this. Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum yum yum. Yum yum. Ooh,
Is
ooh,
corn even
ooh.
good for cats?
Well, that's the discussion. Apparently, there's a big controversy about it. Like this has started a whole big thing. But look, he's so happy, isn't he? Look at him. He's really happy. He's happy about this. Mom holding the corn for him and everything. Like it's crunchy, isn't it, Grace? I don't know if it's cooked or not. It sounds really loud, you know, considering. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that one. But here's the thing, Quiz. It's a big controversy
Well,
because, like, of course, I showed Wrecker, and we were behind the scenes trying to research this stuff, and there was both types of articles, right, Wrecker? There
it's a
was like,
common
well, corn's high
filler
in
used.
fiber. Mhm.
It's a
Yeah,
common
very
filler
much so.
used in cat food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gonna kill them, no.
No, but it's cats are carnivores just like dogs, and their digestive system is really not meant for that type of a carb, especially with that high
Right.
sugar level in it. And so if you do give your cats corn and they like it that much, try to minimize it to not being like an everyday thing or anything like that,
Right.
because they are saying it
Yeah.
can cause a bunch of intestinal problems.
They
Although
can definitely get indigestion off of it. So you
well,
gotta be careful how much you allow them to eat.
yeah,
Mm.
and true. In even like indoor cats that eat mostly dry food, depending on some of the mass-produced cat foods have been known to cause all kinds of digestive and kidney problems because of the fillers that they use. That the cats are just not digesting everything as well as it should be. So you got to be careful. But they are carnivores. Like the higher the meat and the protein, the better it is for them. Same thing with dogs. But I know in my dog food, corn was, especially in the reduced diet one, as they got older, they were using corn as a filler, so they felt corn or rice, so they felt full.
Right.
Because if you use the high protein foods that they're normal, it goes through their system faster, and they always felt
But
hungry.
whatever
Yeah.
you do, don't make it a mainstay, because cats
Right.
and dogs
No.
are omnivores.
Mm.
They do need their meat, and don't think they don't.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely do. And that was the research. We couldn't decide which articles to put up, so we didn't put up. We're just telling you both sides of the thing. Like, because the cats were the funny part. They were all over though. They was like all over Facebook. Like, you can find more. And that one with the cute brown one in the beginning who was making those adorable noises. Like, I'm like hooked on the noises.
Yeah.
He really was enjoying his corn.
I
That one.
bet I bet when they feed him, he makes those same noises.
He just loves it. He's just like a very, very happy, like, he's like,
It's called food aggression,
oh
actually.
no,
It's not something good for your pet, especially if
no.
there's other pets around. They
Mhm.
can get very ugly at that point.
I heard that that's the difference. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. You can come at me, like, because I'm not sure about this one. But I heard that that's one of the main differences between dogs and cats. A cat will not overeat most of the time. You could leave dry food out for a cat to take care of itself. You cannot with a dog. It will eat it all. And then
That's not always true, unfortunately.
not always, no? Yeah.
I've had 2 cats.
No, there are cats that are.
Yeah.
That will
I've had
overeat.
2 in my life that I cannot leave food out because they'll just eat it all at once. And then they'll ask for more 10 minutes later. They will just eat.
And just keep
So,
going. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Now dogs, dogs will eat anything that falls on the floor.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Dogs will eat anything that fall on the floor. That's interesting. But my dog is not that well, one dog is very particular and the other dog will eat anything. He was a stray and he's very fond to Chinese food and donuts. He was a stray next to a police station. Like the whole first couple months of his life. And then he was like passed around in the kennels, for a while. But yeah, he's partial. If you open up a donut bag, he knows what Dunkin' Donuts is, that damn dog. Like, he does. He likes donuts. But I don't give him donuts. It's not good for him. But I mean, if you're gonna make a cat happy with a piece of corn, it's fine. You just like if you have a dog, those frozen paws things that they make, like ice cream and stuff like that, for them to have like a treat that they really seem to like a lot, but they can't really eat a lot of. I don't. I don't give them to my dog, but my girlfriend gives them to her. So, Grace, are you kidding? Your cats like Oreos? Whoa! Wow.
Huh.
Well, good for Oreos, then. Like, I bet you they like them more than I do anymore. I'm so off the Oreos. Like, I'm gonna put them on my do not list, I think. Yeah. Some of them were good, but now I'm like all Oreoed out. Oh,
yeah, we don't get many
Charlie's
different
sending you
Oreos in New Zealand.
Yeah, here, Quiz. Charlie's sending you an invite.
I know. I'm already on my way. I'm in the car. I've got Uber. We're heading out to St. Louis.
What, for corn knobbing? Is that what the two of you are going to be doing?
I'm going to be knobbing on something.
No,
slobbing on a knob.
Oh,
I thought it was cornholing.
I don't know. That's a game that you play with a beanbag. But
yeah.
Mousy says her husband cooks for her dog. It gets a dinner plate every night with meat and veggies. He treats the. That is so adorable. I do know people that do that. When I first got Riley, which is the older one who I got as a puppy, and I got her from a rescue place. The woman who was taking care of her at the rescue organization, her foster, only gave her like frozen, like freeze-dried food or frozen real food, like this dog food that was made from real meat and vegetables, like it had peas and carrots and all that stuff in it, and or this like dehydrated version of it that turned into slop. It was really kind of gross. That was like crazy. It smelled horrible, but she prefers like just foods that look like stew, like chunks of meat and stuff in it. Yeah, like that kind of, like, she doesn't like the dry stuff. She doesn't really like the pate stuff, but I put the stew on like a good quality dry from the vet now that she's older, because her digestion's bad.
Sure. I heard bears like cocaine. I don't know. Maybe it's
we just watched that for the third time. Yes, I watched it for the third time, and I still squealed at all the gross parts like a little baby. I was like, people were actually yelling, "Claire, do you have to like scream like that?" I'm like, yes, I do. Yes. Yes, I do. Sorry, just mute me in the call.
And
because
I
I
cheered for
do.
the bear.
And I laughed
Mhm.
like really, really hard. Quiz laughed at the grossest parts. Like I don't want to give it away, but there's one part where you can hear bone crunching, and he starts giggling at the first crunch. It goes, and he's like, I'm like, God damn it!
The ambulance scene was hilarious, where she gets
That was
blown
the
out and then on her
grossest.
face.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
so
That was
funny.
the grossest one, though. Like, I mean, as far as like, listen, if you watch it, it's a horror film that's like the funniest horror film you've ever seen. It's almost like people
It's
that
a B grade A
yeah,
budget movie.
it is what it is. Like, I'm sorry, I've watched it 3 times and I was entertained every time. I laughed, I squealed, I was like hiding my eyes. I was like, it's a total reaction in entertaining movie. I mean, everybody in the call was like laughing their butts off.
And 11-year-olds did cocaine.
And
Yep.
yes, we had to hear like 11 and 12-year-old kids like making jokes about cocaine. It was so inappropriate. It was hysterical. It is not
Like a
politically correct.
tablespoon or so.
Like don't go in there thinking they're making any kind of statements, because believe me, they're not. It's just total ridiculousness. It's just
There is no moral to that story
there
other
is
than
no more
don't feed
except for
cocaine to a bear.
exactly. And it does, the bear does become an addict with a serious lifelong problem and actually brings their whole family into it. That's the end of the story. There you go.
Mhm.
I did the worst thing you can do on YouTube. I told them all the end of this story. Oh my gosh. I'll probably not have a channel tomorrow. Look at that. Anyway, but still, Cocaine Bear should be glad we're even watching it. But it was definitely third. It's just funny. It's not going to be a classic, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth the laugh and the time. It definitely was for me.
It'll
It
be a
was,
classic in its own right.
I guess, except for now we got, what we got to look forward to, Wrecker? Like, they made
Meth Gator.
they made a parody of
Meth
Cocaine Bear
Gator.
and called it Meth Gator. We're gonna have to watch that one too, because like, oh my god.
I wonder if they're going to be just as gory.
I don't know. Well, it's a gator. Gators like eat people, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Gators are ruthless.
You definitely don't want to get on the bad side of a gator.
Oh,
Gators
I don't know.
Gators will ruin your day.
I have no. They can, that's when they think that like you get lost in the swamp. They think the gators got you and stuff. They never see any evidence of you again. So like, they're not really picky. They eat the whole thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's gonna be funny, but like I used to watch all these cheesy, like not really made quality movies. Like, does anybody remember Lake Placid about the giant alligator thing?
Oh, yeah.
Was
Oh
that not? That was
yeah.
so damn cheesy, right? And I watch it just to make fun of them and just to laugh. Like, sometimes I don't want to think. I just want to just, that's all from when we were younger. Anybody remember Mystery Science Theater? Like, and they used to actually, this is what they did, played all the terrible B movies like The Giant Rabbit and Killer Tomato and The Blob, and all of those, and they would sit in front of it and they would critique it, the robot guy and the guy, like, you guys don't remember. Yeah, you're too young. Okay. Anybody in the chat? Save my butt. But anyway, it was kind of cool. But we used to do stuff like that. Just watch them with a group of friends and make fun of them. Just because it was fun.
I did like Lake Placid.
It was hysterical.
It is definitely a movie to watch. It is very good.
Hey, Sean. I know. I loved it too, Sean. Yes, like cheesy weather movies. Yes, Grace. Like everybody has something they just like for sheer entertainment. Yeah, exactly, Rhodey. You know what it is. Mystery Science Theater 3000, and it came back a couple of times, and it's in reruns and stuff. It was pretty funny. It was just that whole premise of getting together with a bunch of people and watching a movie just because it's bad, just because it's not supposed to be more than it is. But it was kind of like Moonfall, but Moonfall was supposed to be serious, but damn, was that the funniest thing I'd seen in a long time.
Dear
Like,
Moonfall.
it's almost as bad as I need people to debate which was worse. And I know people are going to come for me, but the latest Batman movie or the second Wakanda movie, I'm sorry.
Good
They
God.
were good. God, they were both so damn horrible. I need people to come debate which one was worse. But
I'm just saying, I don't understand how DC and Marvel are fighting to make the shittiest movies.
They are, right? It's like
dudes, one of you should make a good movie at least.
Who could bury their franchise faster? That's what it is. Like, and how far under will it go so it can't be resurrected? That's how it is. Because in the last Batman movie, he couldn't even move his little liver lips. Like, come on.
You know what I think they're really doing is they want to get to the point where, at least Marvel, where they can put on Teen Titans and those kind of things. Just get rid of the old series and let's go to the teenagers.
Classic, that's the stupidest thing you can do, because then you're only relying on new material that hasn't been vetted yet. Some of these comic books are classic gold. You got a solid script that people have loved for 50 freaking years. Why would you possibly think that like Teen Titans is gonna take that over? I'm sorry. I don't know. Give me my Iron Man. Give me my Spider-Man flying around using little
You ain't gonna get Iron Man anymore, that's for sure.
I know you did. And give me Doctor Strange, okay? And
without going into the comic universe, the cartoon universe. Oh God.
Well, there was plenty in there. Like, I liked Mr. Freed. I liked the Silver Surfer. I liked plenty of them.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything with the Silver Surfer.
He was
they made
hot.
one movie with it. I mean, that was it, and they could make a whole lot more.
Oh, there is going to be a whole bunch of terrible Marvel and DC movies that are coming out.
Well, April says she's into those Scream movies. I know there's a new one coming out. Yep. That's cool. It's just the fifth one. Mrs. Cassandra said there was this Asian movie they dubbed over terribly back in the 90s, early 2000s. I can't remember. It was probably one of the Godzilla ones or them. I love watching all of those too, the old Godzilla and Mothra movies. And Rodan, the turtle that spins around with fire coming out its holes. Come on. And the little singing Japanese girls that bring Mothra. Never mind.
Yeah.
Why can I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember the cheesiest damn movie. That was just like dumb, Mrs. Cassandra said Black Panther was already in production when Chadwick passed, so they tried. I know, but they didn't do the Black Panther. I get it, but the movie was just, they rushed it, Mrs. Cassandra. They just didn't put the effort into it. It really was bad. And I like the whole Wakanda line. I like the whole Black Panther line of story. I'm all for it. I loved it. It was one of my best favorite characters when they had the war, but still.
Yeah.
I would watch a Spider-Man versus Mole Men movie. That was the best cartoon episode ever. Do you remember that one, Quiz? Spider-Man versus Mole Men?
Well, actually, no, but I remember the One Punch Man with the Mole Man.
One Punch Man. And you got me into that anime. They punch guy.
He is hilarious.
I'll tell you, he's hilarious. I could tolerate him, but that chainsaw one that we tried out the other day, Beckett, that was not for me. Not for me at all. No. The guy turns into like a walking chainsaw. It's like,
have you got her into Death Note yet?
No. I have not. I actually haven't watched Death Note.
Wow.
Guess it's going on the list. Wow. Charlie, I'm with you on this one because the best character ever, hands down, Deadpool.
Definitely.
And they better not mess with this one. They better not.
I don't think Reynolds will let him mess with it.
He better not. He better stick to it. I'm telling you, it's just that shit writes itself. Deadpool character is just unbelievable. Would be cool if they could make so many different worlds. It would. It really would.
There's going to be a new Blade movie coming out as well.
What? The Vampire Blade? Wait. The Vampire Blade?
Yeah.
The Daywalker. Yeah.
Mhm.
Are they restarting the series or are they just redoing it? I mean, are they picking up where
I
they
don't
left
know. They're
off?
just calling it Blade.
Mm.
Well, I
Oh
hope
no.
it's not just a
So
remake of the first one.
Here you go, Wrecker. You can watch Chainsaw Man with Mrs. Cassandra because she likes it. I cannot. That first, I got through one episode, Mrs. Cassandra, and I was just like, oh, it's too much blood. Like, there was just, oh, oh, mm, mm, mm. It was, yeah, stop redoing all the movies. I agree with
mm,
you. Leave them alone. Make something new. Gamera, the flying turtle. I remember that. I do. Yep, rodent. It had little fire that came out of the holes. I'm like, where did his legs go? Like it was like spinning around. It was so cheesy. It was just so cheesy, but I loved it. You know. You know,
mm,
Rocky, I'm with you. I really wanted to like it because I respect the series and I respect that storyline so much and about the
mm,
technology and everything. Like I was really into it and but it's just so badly done. I was like nauseous. I
Yeah.
really was. And I did put it right there with everybody knows how I feel about the new Batman. Like I can't contain myself, but I will tonight because, give everybody a chance to talk, but that Batman movie was like the worst thing I've seen come out, and like I don't know, like they made Batman emo. Come on, quiz. Like
Oh,
they
I
put
didn't even.
Robert Pattinson in there and
I
acted
didn't get
like
through the first half hour of that movie, and I was
they
just
made
like,
him look
"This
like the
completely
Crow. They
sucked."
made him look like the Crow, like he was an entitled
Yeah.
little rich emo kid, and it was like they ruined the whole Batman premise, like right there for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you compared Christian Bale's version to this, it was
Yeah.
sad. It was
Christian Bale was
sad.
it,
hot, and I'm sure if his lips came anywhere near that hot woman, he would have known what to do. But this Batman lay there like a dead fish, and his lips looked like uncooked liver. I was so disappointed in him.
Well,
Couldn't
maybe
do
it
that
should
much.
have been a handsome guy that was laying with him.
Oh, you
Just
think
saying.
emo? You think emo Batman swung the other way? That's the
Hey, you
problem.
never know.
I don't know. All I
mm,
know is like this bear don't want to see that Batman. Nope. That thing was horrible. I can't believe I made it to the end. I think I did kicking and screaming, didn't I? Because
mhm.
I probably as soon as he started pulling that crack, I was like, hell no, I don't want to watch this shit. This is so damn bad. You probably had to beg me to see the end because oh, it was
It
so
was
bad.
just, uh,
If I do recall, you did ask me could to be quiet, and I could scream and yell about it afterwards, so that you could
mhm.
hear how it ends. I was so bad. I would give you credit for that, but yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. Yeah. Um.
Well,
Hey, Ox. Go
if
ahead.
if anyone knows anything about DC, um, we're going to be blessed with a beautiful new character
Yeah.
called uh Booster Gold.
What? Why? Wait. What is this about? Is this wait? First of
He
all,
is
I,
literally a nobody who found a time machine and went back in time and is covered in gold, and his only superpower is that he has future technology.
okay.
Wait,
Well, you
is
don't
this a
need a
real movie they're making?
superpower to be a
This is
superhero.
a
Number one.
real movie called
This
It's not
I
from
like
want
a
this.
character called
You
Booster Gold.
wait.
a cartoon or an anime or anything like that. This is live.
This, I believe, is going to be a live action.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Okay, so this is real because I was just going to ask you too, like Quiz did. Is this real or fantasy? Did you dream about this or this
He's
is
going
real?
to pretend. He basically pretends to be a superhero.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry, but at this point, Morbius is looking like
Morbius needs to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Morbius
Somebody
actually.
needs to actually make a real go at Morbius. Like
Morbius is
let's
Golden Globe winner at this point.
like
With
we
all
need
Mhm.
the other
like compared to the other crap they put out, you're probably right, Quiz. But actually, we need to trash that Morbius and start over again because there's a lot you can do with that. There's so much you can do. They just need another go at it. I hope they didn't ruin anybody wanting to try. Well, That was also. Have you watched it all the way through? Like I didn't.
What? Which one? Morbius?
Morbius.
Yeah. I mean, I like the darker
I
type.
do like the darker characters too.
You know, the darker
Mhm.
that I don't like the squeaky clean unless it's Henry Cavill. He can be as squeaky
Nope,
clean as he
that's
wants to
right.
be.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought the Morbius take was really interesting. To
Mhm.
me, it was. I
Cool.
like that whole
Mm.
fight with the demon inside you. And try not
Well,
to kill
those are my
everybody.
favorite characters. That's why I like Deadpool because like he's just a flame. He's
Which
an
was the
asshole.
reason why I was so
Yeah.
excited about this new, it's not Shazam coming up, but the one who played the Rock, Dark, whatever.
Oh,
Oh,
what's his name? Dark. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I mean, I really was looking forward to that, and then they announced the Rock
Black
was playing
Adam.
it. Yeah, Black
Black
Adam.
Adam. That's it.
They could have
Actually,
picked. They could have picked somebody a whole lot better for that role.
from what I've heard, he might not actually be returning.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I can see why. It was a crappy movie, but again, it was a great concept.
The
Mhm.
only reason, apparently, this is from what I remember, the only reason he took on the role of Black Adam is because he wanted the chance to fight Superman.
What?
Whatever.
That's why he didn't. He was actually meant to be the antagonist or the villain in the new Shazam, supposedly.
Yeah,
And he pulled out because he wanted to fight Superman. He didn't want to fight Shazam.
Okay. All right. This is very, very interesting. Mrs. Cassandra says she heard that Keanu Reeves might be the new Jack Sparrow. What?
Keanu
What?
Reeves?
Can you imagine Keanu Reeves with the eye makeup and the hair?
No, I
Oh
can't.
my! I
No,
cannot. How do
I
you go from
can't.
John
doesn't-
Wick
Okay,
to Jack
I
Sparrow?
I
He
love
doesn't have
Ke-
that eccentric nature that.
I
No.
I
Jeff
love Keanu Reeves. I think everyone loves Keanu Reeves. He is an international treasure. But Jack Sparrow is Johnny Depp.
That's a classic. And
Yeah,
why
but
is
they're
it,
never
why
gonna
aren't
let-
they going to let Jack Sparrow? Why are they never going to let Johnny Depp have Jack Sparrow again? Then Jack Sparrow's
Because
dead.
they won't give him 3 million llamas.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
they're
Well,
just
then
embarrassed.
Jack Sparrow's
I mean,
dead. Then who's going to go watch that Pirates of the Caribbean after all of those movies without the real Jack Sparrow?
I mean, they're gonna have to write Jack Sparrow out or do something about.
They're going to
He
have to
died
write
and
him
went to
out
the
and make a
seventh,
new
the seventh
character.
level of hell and came back
I
as
mean,
a different
I
thing.
love Keanu, but I don't want him as Jack Sparrow. Let him be another pirate if he wants to do it, but not Jack Sparrow. I agree with you that you cannot
I
step
just
into those
can't see
shoes.
Keanu Reeves being that eccentric and goof
I
and
would like to
still
see him in
pull
a
it off.
pirate's
I'm
outfit.
sorry, it just.
Well, could you let him try? I want to see him in a pirate's outfit, man. Like, those soft leather boots and tight black pants. And, I mean, it's Keanu. Come on. The hat.
But I mean, we still have John Wick 4 to watch.
We do.
Yes.
And there's apparently going to be a
It's
John Wick
out.
5.
Yeah, you just read that, didn't you? You were just
now
talking
you
about
see, you
that.
just ruined it. Now I know John Wick lives through John Wick 4. Damn.
Barely, just like the 1, 2, and 3. Barely.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry,
what's
but the
left
high
of him,
table must really suck at what they do because they can't
They
kill
are.
one guy.
They can't. They just can't.
Nope.
No. Mm-mm-mm. There was
I'll tell
something.
you about
Yeah.
killing a guy.
Yeah.
You know what kills me?
Hmm?
Flori-DUH.
Duh! No! You want to know funny quiz? I went to tag this video and I went to write Florida and I wrote Flori-DUH, D-U-H. It came up as a tag. It not only came up as a tag, it came up as one of the highest rated tags for Florida at over 50%.
I wonder what has Florida done recently that
Oh,
made the world
God.
go, What the fuck?
This is right. This Mayhem episode is also like an expanded version of our WTAF at the end of the week, because they were out of their damn minds. Out of their damn minds. If anyone has been looking on Twitter or Instagram or anywhere else, there's talk about a principal who got fired for talking in an art class. Teaching an art class.
Art
Yes.
Renaissance. Now, when we say that, art and Renaissance, what's the first thing that pops into your heads?
Just name one artist that you think from the Renaissance, the Renaissance period, if you know anything about art or you've seen any statues, pictures, anything like that. Anything like
that. Let me just sit here and think.
Who would you think of, Ricker?
It's,
I know who I think.
Moses. No.
Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the one. Yeah.
No, he's not. No, he's an artist,
no,
but he's not that kind of artist. Okay, hold on. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay.
Rembrandt. No. Oh, you might be right. No, I don't think so.
There is a Rembrandt.
Yeah.
But that's not the most famous one.
Oh my God, there's a naked statue on the screen.
Michelangelo. Come on, people.
David.
The Thinker. Yes, Charlie Welsh. Or the Kiss. Da Vinci. Yes. Okay. This statue in an art book to a class of 6th graders who are what, like 12, 13?
12 and 13 or 11.
Okay.
Old enough to know how to get on Pornhub without their parents finding out.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. I'm sorry. This is art. I'm sorry. All right. 50% of that class has a penis, knows what a penis looks like, and should not have been offended by this statue.
I got news for you. 100% of that class knows what a penis looks like, but that's okay.
Exactly. Okay. Or all right. And besides, what about this statue is so offensive that you think that penis is something you need to worry about?
I'm telling you, it's the foot. It's the feet. It's the feet. Pick.
He has damn sexy feet. You're right.
Yes, feet pick. Oh my God. They yeah. That's what
I'm telling you. I love Mrs. Cassandra, right? It's the most unthreatening penis I've ever seen in my life. I mean, and all of his statues are like they're very unthreatening as far as like it's not like they're putting it out there in your face. Mrs. Cassandra says I have to get a damn magnifying glass. Stop it. Don't get me talking like that. That was last night's conversation.
Would you like us to talk about that again?
No, we don't want to talk about that again.
Maybe, but look, does everyone know about the penis?
The average male appendage is...
Does everyone know the size of the average male appendage?
Let's see your guesses in the chat.
Yeah, and rulers out, people. But they educated me, and I researched just to make sure they were telling me the truth, and they were. That it's 5.5 inches. It's 5.5 inches, and this one isn't even that. This one is a 3 or 4. Like, I'm sorry, but it could be what is quiz terminology? It could be a grower,
micro penis.
A grower and not a shower.
Could be a grower, yeah.
So we don't want to call him micro, and I don't even want to insult him because the average person may actually this is art, okay? And it's not. The point is, art was not about the penis, okay? But they absolutely fired the principal.
Who was the art teacher?
Who was the art teacher? Because of this in Florida, because this picture was in the lesson. And I think that that's terrible. It's a charter school, okay, a charter school in Tallahassee, Florida, did not follow procedure before a lesson of Michelangelo's statue.
Where did these new procedures come from, by the way?
Given to 6th graders. The school board said so. Okay, they're just like, you cannot show anything to certain children of a certain age that has anything to do with gender anymore. There is complete.
Now, why is that? Did Florida have some sort of law that they passed about that shit?
The former principal told CNN that things had escalated over the past year. The board chair was not very happy. She didn't always follow every policy or procedure, but apparently there was a procedure about submitting everything ahead of time to make sure, and she did not. Okay, she had become evident the school needed to go in a different direction with a different leadership, and they expressed that they needed a principal who did wanted to follow the strict regulations about this. She was not let go because of Michelangelo's David lesson, they said. It's because of
Yeah,
that and
right.
other things, you know.
Yeah. That and other things. Where do they get this idea that
What other
it's,
things?
you shouldn't show sixth graders a marble statue that
Oh
has that's
wait,
naked?
here's the issue. You're gonna love this one. Okay. The school chairman says it is not the fact that she showed this picture in the art renaissance class, because that picture has been shown every year for the last 2.5. What she failed to do was send a notification to every parent in that class to get a permission slip signed that they would see a penis.
It's an art class.
Duh. Isn't
What?
that going a little too far? Okay, we think, the man is actually saying that's art. We're not trying to ban the picture. We think it's beautiful. We're not trying to say it shouldn't be shown. We're trying to make sure the concept of parents' right is supreme in Florida.
Yeah, because
Because Ron DeSantis,
all parents are
magic words there,
always
people.
right.
Because
Yeah, 'cause
Ron DeSantis signed into law in Florida the Parental Rights and Education Bill, which means you're not allowed to speak about men and women, gender, sex, anything to do with how anything like that. You're not even allowed to talk about any of the critical things in our history that happened. Any of this stuff, slavery,
Yeah, they can't even teach
imprisonment.
about Rosa Parks.
They can't teach about Rosa Parks. That's too extreme without permission of the parent. This is going too
I
far.
swear there was a really famous person that said something about ignoring history, and the result of it, I
It
can't.
would repeat.
What
It
was
would
it?
If
It's
you
the
ignore history, you'll see it on TV.
not maybe. Or was it?
Okay,
Or was it
but
that
here's
everything will be better if you just ignore the history?
Yes,
okay.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
it had to
Mhm.
be it. Yeah.
And
It
that's a
just-
problem. I think parents have. I'm a parent. I want to have rights too. I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to dictate education. Otherwise, I'd be a teacher, wouldn't I? Or a scholar or something. Like I would have like my master's in something if I want to dictate how people are taught things. Okay. I think this is going a little too extreme, because he's saying that law doesn't actually give parents the right to dictate what happens in the school. But tell me how it doesn't.
Well, as
If you have
far
to
as I'm
sign a
concerned, why don't the parents just quit their job and homeschool their children? If they want to be in
Mm.
charge, let them be in charge.
They
Mhm.
can be in many. I've heard, and I don't have the actual statistics right up in front of me, but there are plenty of states now that are adapting laws where they're actually going to give you the money, okay, to homeschool what would be spent, because they actually don't want to follow all of these kind of regulations and stuff that are going on anymore. They're just, if the parents want what they want, as far as this is how I want to raise my child, so you can't do this in school. You can't talk about slavery. You can't talk. You have to do prayer. You can't talk. If you talk about religion, you can only talk about our religion. You can't talk about all religion, which I'm fine with religion being in school if it's all religions. You can't say this religion is better than that religion.
Yep.
And you have to also at the same time talk about it's okay to have a lack of religion. You're not supposed to exclude large groups of people just based on a personal bias when it comes to things like education and information. I'm sorry. Am I like, I guess I'm a little weird.
No,
you
you're
know?
not. I mean, this is my problem with what's going on with these
Mhm.
laws coming down today. I don't know any teacher who has plans 6 months out. And there are school districts who require teachers, before you begin your
Mhm.
class in the new year, you have to have your whole year planned.
Mhm.
And
I
I'm
think
like, how the frick are the teachers supposed to be able to do that?
uh, mm, well,
Pass.
there's a reason. I don't know about the whole year, but I know like big sections should be done. First of all, because they have to meet certain requirements now in education. I understand having to have everything planned out ahead of time. I was an instructor for a period of my life, and I understand why they needed my lesson plans months ahead of time. They have to make sure they fit a certain curriculum so credit can be given for certain courses on college level to meet certain demands, to see if there's any kind of special equipment that's required, to see that there's any budgetary concerns, student level concerns, and in regular education in grades K through 12, parental concerns now. So, you can understand why they need things in the house. It's on a whole year. I mean, that's like, but I do know a lot of my friends are teachers, and they would spend all summer preparing their lesson plans for the following year based on their subjects. It's part of what they did during their break. And because they'd had to turn them in by a certain period of time because everything has to be looked at by administration. So, and put through the paces, so to speak. It's just because there's too many pieces of the puzzle for one person to keep track of, basically. I'm going to take David off for a minute, but I give him great respect for holding his own for so long up there on stage. He didn't even complain at all. Yes, I
He
love him.
definitely
But
did not have any performance issues.
No,
No, he did not. He did not. He's a good one. But there was something else that I wanted to say about that thing with the statue. Besides the education part of it. Oh, where's that Reddit one?
I wonder if they allow National Geographic magazines in their library. Just saying.
Probably not, because there would be black women who had babies that might be breastfeeding, which is when
There may be black men in there who
there may be
might
black
have
men in
some
there
things in their
who were
kids.
hanging outside of their loincloths or something. And everybody, I'm sorry, all those pictures in National Ge, all their butts are exposed all the time. It's like they don't bother covering that part.
That's
ever.
just wrong. Looking
You know,
at butts. That's just
No,
terrible.
I like to look at butts. There's
I
nothing wrong
mean,
with a butt.
so do I.
There's
but
nothing wrong with looking at a good, healthy butt. And I'm not saying people have to go around naked or anything. I'm just saying it's not offensive to me. I'm not going to run from the hills because I see a butt. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not going to happen. When we were talking about David in the Discord, we were talking about David for a good long time in the Discord the other night. And our friend Virillion, he came up with this thing from one of the Reddits. Now, this is a funny Reddit, but it actually is a true fact. I did research it. Starting, he said, did anyone know that there is a room full of statue dicks at the Vatican? Starting in 1557, because of the Council of Trent, which forbade the depiction of breasts or buttocks or genitals in any church art. Big problem, because remember, didn't they paint the Sistine Chapel up there with everything hanging? Never mind. Okay. But popes began to purge the Vatican of this problem. Statues which displayed the male member were promptly chopped off and replaced by a fig leaf. Breasts were covered, as were buttocks, but the removal of the male genitals was the strangest part. Like everything in the Vatican, there are rooms named after what was stored in there. There is a hall of heroes for the Roman heroes. A hall of beasts is full of wildlife, and so on and so forth. But there is a room not on the Vatican tour. It's a storage room kept under lock and key. The room contains over 300 stone, bronze, and marble dicks, all in ceramic vases. The room has no name, or none that I could find. That's from Reddit. I don't know, but I found that to be like, okay, they saved them. Quiz, can you explain this to me? Anyone, not just Quiz. Wrecker, anyone in chat? Can anyone
I'm sorry.
explain
If it would have been me, I would have saved them too. But
well, it's art. They have some really, like, first of all, don't mess with another person's creativity.
first, let's
right?
chop off all the penises off the statues, and second, let's keep them. I'm not saying they made use of them.
Why
I'm
did
just saying they kept them.
They put them in vases. Like, come on. Like, I just don't get it. I don't
They
get
put
it.
them in vases according to their size, and that way, when you went downstairs to grab one, you knew which size of vase to get.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for explaining that to me. Like, I would like to say I feel better with the knowledge, but I actually don't. Not at all. Just don't feel better in the least about that one. Oh. But I am actually proud that we just about survived our first hour and we haven't been canceled. I haven't even got a
Mhm.
message from YouTube yet. Isn't
Damn.
that lovely? Damn.
We
As
need
much
to
as
try harder there,
I
Record.
don't, and
Maybe.
Hey, Paula,
Hey, can
welcome.
you answer me a question about those statue dicks?
Who? Record?
You're the one that read about them.
What question is
What's
that?
the average size of statue dicks?
I have learned recently that the average size
Of
of
the
an
statue
of,
dick.
that would be 3 inches from what I've seen. We had this discussion last night, and I'm standing by what I said. The average size of a statue peen is 3 inches. I don't care what anybody says. I have not seen anything substantial in statuary in quite some time. And I think they do it on purpose because they're trying not to be offensive or scary, or they're just making it
Okay,
make
so
everybody feel better.
I actually know the reason why they are the size that they are.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You figured it out, or you read it somewhere? Like, I need to know.
No, I've known this for a while. I did actually try and say it. I think I was. I can't
Last night,
remember
but I
why I
might
didn't
have
end
been
up saying.
laughing. I was laughing
Yeah.
too hard, probably. Go ahead.
So, they saw a large penis as being too beastly.
Beastly. Okay, that could.
So
And they were trying
yeah.
not to encourage bestiality. and
So
stuff.
Well, I tell
so
you
they
what, I enjoy good bestiality every once in a while.
True, but you have to admit it was a big problem back then. Like, they really needed
Well,
to
apparently
curb
it wasn't a big problem because
it was a little problem because of the okay, but thank you. Like, we don't want to look threatening. I get that. I kind of can go with that record, and I don't know if that's actually true, but I'm glad that you had an answer for us anyway. Well, what do you think we should talk about next? I mean, I could talk about this one all
I
day.
think
but
we
whatever.
should highlight Sean Coffey. I'm just
Which
saying.
one? She's been doing. Oh yes, okay. No, I won't. Discredit. But although I agree with you, Sean, I think that High totally agrees with you. I think Record would say you might have something to that. I would agree with you, but I'm not putting it up there for YouTube to agree with me because I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I don't think they. Okay. Anyway, y'all. Okay. What do we want to talk about next? Do you want to talk about, like, irony? I have something very ironic.
Irony.
Irony.
I love me some irony.
Do you love you some irony? Well, let's just
some freshly laundered iron.
yeah, this probably is probably went under the radar for most of the people in the chat. But the irony you're going to get, the sublime irony of the whole thing, you're really going to get. Although it's a serious issue, it is kind of funny how it came to light to be on our radar anyway. Record. You're going to help me with this one for the technical parts. But
okay.
Wait. Let me just start it. And then when it gets to the technical part about how they did it, you're going to have to help me here because that man ran loops around my head until it was spaghetti. Seriously. Well, anyway, the Linus Tech is a YouTube channel, a very huge YouTube channel that gives tech tips and tells you how to protect yourself and how to function out here, and is very high tech and all into all of the new stuff and all of that. I mean, like tech. Well, yesterday morning they got hacked. You know, the channel that tells us how to not get hacked got hacked. And then did a video that we watched that was quite informative about how it could happen to anybody because of how they did it, and how some good things that happen and some bad things. But the irony is, I mean, come on, people, they have millions of subscribers. Linus Tech, 1 million subscriber account, like more than 1 million subscriber account, is out there giving advice on us how to protect ourselves, and they got hacked for hours yesterday and fought them for hours, right? Record, from what they said in the video, they were fighting them back and forth for hours, trying to get But oh yes, that was the best part. We all gave him total credit, right, Wrecker? He put a strawberry over the naughty bits and showed him leaving his bedroom, going down the stairs to his office, butt naked, to handle this issue in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, because his channel was taken over by, they were showing Elon Musk videos selling crypto and actually scamming people and taking people's money and stuff in his name. This was bad. They changed the name of the channel, everything. You know? Oh, yes, right. You know, I remember this. I remember that. Oh my gosh. Rocket Couch says Jim Browning got hacked the same way a while back, and he's a master scam baiter. He would have been up here too. It's the irony. I am not happy that he got hacked. I'm not. I am happy he got his channel back within 12 hours and he fixed the issue, and it was a learning lesson. But damn, just the irony that one of the best people out there protecting everybody got scanned, got taken over. It was crazy. Tell them, do you have a good handle on how they did it, Wrecker? I don't want to put you on the spot, but
okay, so there's a number of ways that they could have done it, and what I think would have happened, or what I have a feeling happened, is it's just scam fatigue, which is basically where you literally bombard a person with so many different scam
he did warn against that
emails and stuff like
Yeah.
that eventually one of them's going to accidentally get clicked.
And he said that is very, very common. And he said it could have been like that because he did get a lot of that. But that, in the end, that isn't actually how they got in. How they actually got in was so dumb. They got in without his password, without him activating anything, without him doing anything. As a matter of fact, there wasn't anything he could do to get them out except for, here's the problem. And it was such a simple thing. And for this is going to be the information that everybody here needs. The reason that he wasn't able to get control of all of these channels and they were able to go in is because we all don't want to log out and re-enter our passwords. Period.
Yep.
He said that, and this, you can help me. I'm not going to use the right language here, so you can all comment me, but I am probably not the best one to explain this. But in simple terms, basically, they took a pocket of information that existed on his browser anyway to get in there as if they were him, and once he logged out, they would have not been able to do a damn thing. But he spent hours doing everything else because he didn't realize that they started because he was already logged into his account. Do you understand what I mean? So they already had access, but they couldn't change passwords or anything. But they had the looped information to get into his YouTube channel. Because if you use like a Chrome browser, for instance, and you have to log into your Chrome browser, yes. But then when you click on YouTube, is it not already logged in? Because your Chrome browser saved the last time you were in there and you didn't log out of YouTube. This is what they did, okay? Because he was up and running already in YouTube. They used a packet of information to get in there. Now, it's very sophisticated, and the average person won't be able to use that package of information to get in there, but scammers can, even if you protect yourself. He had two-party verification. He had Google on his side. He had YouTube on his side. Everybody was helping him. But they were already in there. And every time he kicked them out, they were right back in there because they were still in there, because he couldn't figure out, because he never logged out of YouTube. Simple.
Yep.
As soon as they logged out of YouTube, they were gone for good. It was that simple. And it took him 12 hours to figure that out because it wasn't something he was expecting. It was something that simple that we all do.
And YouTube doesn't have anything that protects against people trying to log in from, say, 15,000 miles away.
Yes, it can't tell if you're next door or 15,000. It doesn't have anything to check on that, like that somebody is activating your account from farther away, and it's not you. Like
even though they have, I believe they have IP blockers.
They do. You can
at their disposal.
They can, but they got to know it's a problem first, and that was it. Like, you don't really expect it until you expect it. I'm going to put this one from Rocket Couch up. That's part of it. It has to do with luck as well. Law of probability. If you send enough garbage for long enough, eventually you will end up sending garbage that looks like something. That's true. And people click it, and that's how they get in. He said that's the most common way that people get in for that to happen. Unfortunately, that's not what happened with him. Like his was, they really had to go for him. You know what I mean? Because he had like 4 or 5 accounts all linked together. He was a
Yep.
prime target because he had so many resources for them. So it was worth digging through his things. What he did was he opened up something on his phone, which let them go right into the open app that he had for YouTube to find the packet. And they went from there into it, and it just unfolded from there. That's the bare simple. I'm probably not using the technical terms for what it's called. Well, that's basically what happened. And it could happen to any of us. I just thought the irony that it was him. And then I have to give him a lot of credit. He bit the bullet. He said, I know how ridiculous this is. Look, he went out there. He thanked everybody that helped him, all the subscribers that reported him. He apologized for anybody that was hurt. He said, ways that you can, try to report them and this and that. And then told everybody exactly what happened. And then went through the process of how to prevent it if you can, what you can and can't do to prevent it, and how to find out right away in some steps. And I give him a lot of credit for that because he hadn't slept yet. He'd been up from the day before. He was exhausted. You could tell, right, Wrecker? But
Let me see if I can find a good image of the
of him.
situation.
No, don't find the naked strawberry one. Are you going to put his naked butt up here? I mean, I do give him good credit for telling us exactly how it was. It was that frantic. He was that frantic about it. Yes.
I think it's important that they see the
Anyway, for those of you that are techie, I'll link you the article so you could check out the deets that I do not know enough about, because I'm always going to admit if I don't get it, but definitely. Okay, am I adding this to the stream? Yep, there he is.
That's
He's naked at the computer solving the issue. We actually watched him go down the stairs, but yes, he was frantically trying to get them out. He was doing everything else but logging out of YouTube, which was
him running down the stairs.
There's a strawberry. I thought that was
Mm-hmm.
He's great. But this is Linus Tech guy. And yeah, he deserves a sub if you want to check this kind of stuff out. He's pretty, if you're into tech.
He does.
I just, for what he went through and then how he admitted it, and he's telling everybody about it, he's biting the bullet. He's saying like the irony of the whole thing. If it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. I give him great credit for that, and that's why he made the show. It was.
Let me drop the video into the chat for everyone.
Oh, thank you. That's what a good assistant you are. I dropped the I dropped the wrong link. Hold it. I thought I was dropping the article and I didn't. The article.
There we go.
The article is over here. Here's the article. That was a StreamYard link, which you don't want. So there's the video from Wrecker, and here's the article from The Verge for me. Okay, there you go. But anyway, Quiz, has anything like that ever happened to you?
I have been relatively lucky that I don't fall for those kind of.
I think I have not been. I've been attempted hacked, but I have like an IP blocker.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get the spam all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
The scariest.
You've got your account at Amazon has been charged $1,900,
or we can't deliver your package. Do you get that? People,
yeah,
we can't.
And it's
your
funny because
is on the way.
it's like,
just
what
verify.
package?
We're like,
what did I
didn't
order?
Anything. Yeah, no.
Actually,
no.
The most recent one that ever happened to me that I nearly actually fell for, I will admit, I nearly fell for it, was a road toll one. It was a text message. Mm-hmm. And they actually made it look relatively legitimate until I saw the URL.
And you know how many people actually would have pushed that record if they were traveling recently or anything like that, if things just lined up. But for you knew you took care of it already, and you weren't traveling that much. But imagine if you were traveling that week and you're like, wow, did I hit that toll or not? Like, what happened? Maybe the coin got stuck, like whatever. Here in America, I think many people would fall for that. And here's the as ironic as this whole situation was, The Rocket Couch called it right here. It goes to show, too, that it's dangerous to think you're too smart to get hacked. Because you are. Because
Yes.
even with two-factor, here's what happened to me. Two-factor verification in the Discord. I'm scared to death of this kind of stuff. But the person who helped me set up my Discord was smart enough to help me with two-factor verification and blah, 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 this and that. And I happened to, yes, the bear, I'm going to bite the bullet here and tell you I pushed a link I shouldn't have pushed. I did. And all of a sudden, everybody on my friends list and my Discord got compromised within seconds, right, Record? Because you were there. And Quiz, you were there. Like, some people were around to watch this in real time. But I'll have you know that Discord caught it because of two-factor verification and because of certain parameters that were set up. They caught it right away and closed out my Discord. So the actual server was safe. And it got about 20 messages out to people to sign up to this other Discord that doesn't exist.
I'll be right back.
That's like a virus, okay? Like a virus type program. It's going to attack everything. And what it does is it attaches itself. It starts to send messages to everybody in your list with an invite to this new Discord server. And it also then mutes that person to you, so you don't know you sent them a message. So when they're answering you back, what is this? Like, what are you doing? You don't even see it. Like, you had to go back and unmute everybody and delete everything. But Discord did catch it like pretty quick. As soon as they shut them out of my server, they locked up my account. I had to like kind of contact them separately on a separate device because it was on my computer at the time, my PC. So I contacted them via my phone after somebody smartly, and I do believe it was Wrecker, said, don't touch the Discord in your phone. Don't open it. Don't do anything. Contact them some other way, like through Safari or whatever. Just go that way and send a message with your thing and just have them go that way until they tell you to activate that one. And because I did it that way, I was able to verify who I was. I was able to use two-factor verification, use my backup codes and everything, and prove who I was and get everything back and fix it. But it was the scariest thing I'd been through in a long time. Like I was sweating bullets that I was putting so many people at risk, with all this bad information. Like, it could have went everywhere. And it was bad. It was definitely bad. But I have not been hacked through my email yet, like, so far.
Yeah.
But that could happen.
I've been lucky. I haven't been hacked, and I don't think I'm on anybody's radar. I mean, if they're going to hack, usually if they hack small individuals like myself and things like that, it's mainly to get control of your computer, put malware on it so they can robot and run DDoS attacks from it, along with everybody else that they have.
And that's very popular. They're actually running damaging software to go attack other people, and then you're in question for it because it's coming from your IP and your stuff, and that's how these people get away with it, because we can't find the actual person who's doing it. They got to really spend a lot of time and effort and money tracking it back, but yeah. My Google notifies me when Carly or Grace log. Yes, they should, Mrs. Cassandra. They actually should, especially with your YouTube. Like, here in StreamYards, certain people have access to do certain things, and it will tell us like who's in and who's doing what, and everything like that. So everything's cool. Same thing in Discord when you have mods and stuff like that. Like, you have a log and things, And Google should be telling you when people log in and out, or if you're logging in with a different device. Do you get that? Like, I get that with the double verification. If I log into Discord from my phone, it tells me in email that I'm using a different device, just to make sure that it's me. And the same thing with Twitter, and same thing with Instagram, like all the socials now. Yeah, they like tell you all the different devices that you're using just to make sure it's you. Well, it's like, so you're back, Wrecker?
I am back
as back as you can be.
As I can be. Yep.
Okay, cool. Do you want to do the next one or what? Like, let's see.
What you mean?
We want to talk about Afroman.
Because I got high.
Because you got high. Did you get high while you were gone?
I did not get high. I looked at. I thought about it,
Because
and I
you
was
know
like,
the rule. Like you're on the show, you got to share, or you just don't get the details.
I know. Pass the bong. Puff, puff, pass.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I think. Yeah. So we want to talk about it, and then we'll show it because we can't actually play the thing. Does everybody know who Afroman is? First off, like.
Everybody knows who Afroman is. Anyone here who doesn't know who Afroman is needs to. I don't know. That needs to be punished.
No.
And Quiz, no, you can't lie and say that you don't know who Afroman is because we all know that's just a filthy lie.
It is a filthy
lie. You're not getting punished for it.
Oh well, then he's gonna lie because you know.
Okay, I guess.
Hi, Lee.
But now you have to punish me for lying.
Oh damn!
Nice try.
Okay, I'll do the punishment if you like.
You're a good boy.
I'm gonna do the punishment. We'll just
anyone remember Coke 45 and 2 zigzags, baby, that's all you need.
It was an ice cream truck full of goodness. Yes. It even had Jay and Silent Bob in it. Come on, people. You're not that young, people. You know. Yep. Because I got high. You know that song. Come on, y'all know. Like I even used it. I even used it on an AITA once, like as a promo. I love it.
We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed.
Hey, Liz. Yep. Because I got high. His whole life is over because I got high. Because I got high.
Yep.
I got high. Yep.
Well, he is actually he still actually makes music. He may not get into the mainstream as much as he probably should because, you know, he has a very genuine, a very down to earth, and a very good message that I think everyone should listen to.
He really doesn't harm anybody, okay? But there was an issue, a serious issue, and it's getting blown up out of proportion. It happened a couple of months ago, right? In the news.
It happened 2 months ago, actually.
Right. And shall I just? All right. I'm going to show you the video of what happened because in the video of what happened, he actually shows the paperwork of what they did and everything like that. What I can't do is play the music that goes with it. Because Afroman, basically the story is Afroman got raided with some false accusations. They had a warrant. You know, they did everything legal. The sheriff's department came, knocked down his door, raided his house. Okay. And Afroman made a video of the results, and he made a song of the results, and it's doing really, really well.
It is actually doing 4.2 million in 2 months.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the actual visual of what they did to the house, but I'm gonna drop you the link so you can play the music because if I actually play this, they will hit the channel because it doesn't have a license for the music. Does that make sense? That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that we have to do it that way, people, but that's the way we're gonna have to do it. But
I'll tell you what.
Gonna be able to show you.
I will message him on Instagram, and if I can get him to approve us playing it, we will play it next time.
It's too late. Oh no! Well, we'll play that song every day. Like, are you kidding? This is a great song. I mean, he did a great job.
It is actually a banger.
He really did. If you get the chance, play this. I'm dropping you the link right now, people. If you want to play the music along in another tab, that's up to you. I'm just going to show it now. With you could see I have the sound off. Okay. Okay. It says, "Will you help me repair my door?" Okay. This is from his home camera. This is exactly what happened.
Yep. They just came in. And what do you think they're looking for?
The puppies.
Hang on a minute. Before it gets too close to try to explain it, what do people think that they're actually looking for?
Puppies.
Drugs.
Come on.
Drugs.
Come on,
Look, the
people.
gate, they
Guess.
destroyed
Guess.
the
Come
gate.
on. Guess.
Mhm.
I vote for puppies.
What
They
do
were
you think
there were
they're
no
trying to
puppies.
do?
Look, they broad
Kittens?
daylight, like
They
Did
broke
somebody's
into his
gerbil
house.
escape?
They destroyed his door.
foreign
They yeeted
fruit,
that door.
candy, tumbleweed. They tore that door right off. At this part of the song, he's asking them if they want a piece of lemon pound cake. There's lemon pound cake underneath that glass.
That lemon
It's
pound
got a
cake
very
does
nice
look
house.
good.
It does look good. I want some. I love lemon pound
Mm.
cake actually, but
Mhm.
as you can see, like this is a genuine raid, and they're doing what they need to do. I understand it. I do. And they
Yep.
had paperwork to do it. But we're showing you this part, but it gets crazy after this. It
Hey,
does.
wait a
See,
minute.
they
This
said
were
that he was
described-
trafficking, kidnapping,
And
trafficking in
kidnapping.
drugs and kidnapping. Okay.
Trafficking, drugs, and kidnapping.
Do you think they're going to go in soft? I mean, golly.
No, they're not going to go in like casual, especially because they thought it was kidnapping and drugs. So they think they're hiding the drugs, whatever. But they really went through the whole house. And honestly, you're going to see in the video, they found nothing. Nothing.
They
Not
didn't
a
even
thing.
find drugs.
Anywhere, not even in his clothes that he wears to performing, like not even a
Wow.
leftover piece of weed. Nothing in the whole house. Okay. And
Like
they're
the
very-
man
They're
known for his
disappointed,
weed.
as you can see. They're a little disappointed. Okay.
And they are suing him for
Oh, wait,
using
Wait.
for
till
using
they-
this footage.
Yeah,
Wait,
for
no,
this
they
footage, they're
can't.
really upset. Well, wait.
No, no,
it
no.
gets-
They
We're
are.
going to show you Charlie's video in a minute, and he'll explain it to you. But they do a very valid search, and they find nothing. And this is
Yeah, but
charges
this
from
is-
2 months ago.
This
know?
is footage you can get from an FO or FOIA.
This
It's
is
public-
from FOIA, right? Because this
Public
is the same
domain at
footage
this point.
that their cameras could be doing, right? Quiz.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
valid
public
point.
domain.
Their
It's-
cameras.
It's on
It's
a
his
government.
own cameras in his own house. They have no.
Yeah, there's
this is
no.
his-
There's
his-
no.
At this point, he's singing, and what was in my CDs? Like, this is good. This is. I know she came from Planet.
Did you
Planet-
find
thank
any?
you. What a
what was
lovely
it?
name.
Did you find
She
anything
came from.
in your
Is that
in
from
my
the
CDs?
wait? That's a B-52 song, isn't it? She came from the planet Claire. I know that song. Actually, Ohio is a very conservative state. I agree. Because that Ohio is also where the police department is suing the guy on Facebook for having a Facebook account to mimic and make fun of them over something they did to him. Or, some ridiculousness. And there's another court case about that. That's why we're talking about this. They're both Ohio. They're getting a little crazy there. Yeah.
The line here, he literally says, "Are there any kidnapping victims in my CDs?"
There's not. Like, there's not.
Are there
kidnapping
any
victims.
But remember, it
kidnapping
also said
victims
drugs.
in
So
CDs?
the CD
Right, but
cases
there's
could
nothing.
hold drugs.
Yeah.
So
They could, and they're doing, as you can see, they're doing a very thorough job looking. Okay. But
And to be
here's where
fair,
they take his money. Here's where he says, "And you're going to take my
Oh,
money." 'cause
yeah.
They did. They took all his cash. Okay, that they found.
they misplaced. I can't do it. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing massive air quotes. They misplaced some money
They misplaced the. Well, we saw them take
and
it off the camera.
miscalculated.
Oh, what they're doing here is removing the cameras, so the rest of it.
Oh
can't be
yeah,
seen.
and as soon as they
Once
yep,
they
as
found
soon as
out that
they
he would
found
have a
out-
recording, they took the whole thing down. Yeah.
Yep,
Take
as
it off.
soon as they found out that he was recording, they turned his CCTV off.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Okay.
and again,
it keeps
that's
going.
against the law as well.
Now he keeps going because
Mhm.
he's going to show you the damage. Like, look at this door. Watch.
It traumatized his kids.
Yeah. He said, "So you're going to
They-
trauma my kids. Look at the
Okay,
pictures
hold
from
on,
his
hold on,
kids
hold
on
on.
the
Let's
wall
pause here. Hold on.
here. Look at this. This
Okay,
is a family."
let's pause it because there's
Oh, okay, hold
something
it.
that
Pause it.
I really need to talk about, and I'm not sticking up for law enforcement, but I will say this:
I know, but it's true. They're doing their
raids
job.
of highly violent nature, kidnapping, drugs, are always going to happen in the middle of the night.
always.
Period.
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
And they
Mhm.
happen like that for a reason, because you're in bed. Hopefully, you're in bed and you're not standing there with a gun
Mhm.
ready to shoot somebody. It's just how it is. So I don't blame the police for raiding.
I don't. The misinformation on why he's charged, though, that's not coming forward like that. That's a problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they had a valid search warrant. That said,
They did, and that's
drugs
what we said
and
in the beginning. They
kidnapping.
absolutely do, and that's not even what we
Okay.
have issue here. It's not even that they broke down the door, because of course they're going to break down the door.
So
Of course they're going to do what they're doing. That's not even the issue here.
the search warrant is actually contestable.
It could be
You
because
cannot
the charges
contest the
weren't
search warrant while they're in
doing
the
what they're
middle of
doing.
processing your search
No,
warrant.
Afterwards,
You
you
can
can.
contest it once you go to court, but that doesn't mean
Right.
you know what they've
And-
done here. They were doing this, and
Right.
still everything works up
And
until the point
that's
where they touch or where they close down his CCTV system. At that point, they've crossed the line. There is no reason for them to be doing things like that.
exactly. But here's the thing. That's not even the issue, because I agree with you, Quiz. They are not, by obeying the search warrant and doing the searching that they're doing. I don't think they did anything wrong until they dismantled his camera so that they couldn't be seen.
Yeah,
That I have an issue with.
that's a
Okay.
problem.
This is where I come across the problem. And I understand what you're saying, Wrecker, but that's all after the fact. Don't put the horse in front of the cart. Let's wait until we get to Charlie's video to talk about that, okay? Because that's when it
what
all
I
comes
will
out. Because
say,
here, yes,
what I will
on
say,
film,
though,
we could see them taking the money.
even though they have destroyed the gate and the door, they didn't go and destroy the house as badly as
They
most
did not.
people,
No.
as most those types of searches have.
And you know what? And that's good. And that's all here on the video. I don't know what they're upset about what we're showing here. We're showing them doing their jobs, right? And the reason we're showing the video is not to say that they did anything wrong. It's to show you what they're complaining about. Okay, first, because the story goes on from here. There's more
If you
to
really
it
want
than
to make
just
them
the
angry,
song.
just do a foyer for all of those individual cameras that are on everybody.
Exactly.
You know,
Okay, so
okay,
he
fine.
made
We'll
a
just
song
take
out of
those.
it because, he made a song out of it because he's an artist and that's what he does. And
Yeah.
also, he had something to say. Like, okay, I wasn't guilty. I don't have drugs. There was no kidnapping. You broke down my door. You busted my gate. You took my money. Are you going to fix it? Like, and he made a song about it. This is what he does. He's a rapper. He makes, like he said, dirty rap songs. That's what he says he does. And he does it really well. Now, that is regular footage as far as I'm concerned that any camera that they should have been wearing at the time would have shown. They didn't show anything that they should be embarrassed about as far as I'm concerned, except for them taking the camera down.
Well,
that might be an issue
the
there.
money too. I'm not sure.
Well, true, but you know what? That let's do you have Charlie's video queued up?
Do I have Charlie's video queued up? I can cue that up right now.
Would you put it to where he talks about the lawsuit on, like, because here's the thing, those officers that are in there, they're suing Afroman for making that video. Yeah, that's why it's on the show.
Good luck.
Yeah, they're actually the Ohio
How are
police.
they going to get by the simple fact that they were all wearing cameras and they have their own video?
And they said, but he embarrassed us by making money, like making a song about us and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that's what people do all the time. Like they can just,
I have the part.
He did not. If you listen to that song, he doesn't name any officer by name. You don't see any badges, do you? You do not see their names. Did you see any names, Quiz? Did you see any identifying information? He doesn't even show their faces.
Yeah.
Okay. He does on his Instagram name and shame the woman who decided to pull out his security camera.
Because that's the one he's got the case against. That's the one who did something wrong, doesn't he? I mean, maybe. Okay, so he did do that one. But everybody else there, right? He left them alone. Like, he's not showing their faces.
He left most of them alone, yeah.
In the actual video that was made, which is part of the lawsuit, right, Record? That's the lawsuit, the video that he made with the music video that he made on this, which is what we just showed you without the sound. does not show a police officer's name, badge number, or anything like that. It does show against him what he was getting charged for, and it shows his private home, okay, and the stuff that was done. It shows more personal against stuff that he was doing, and it just shows a regular search and seizure, and they actually acted appropriately. There was not a lot of damage done, considering, like Quiz said, they're doing it in the middle of the night like they're supposed to. They have to bash in the door. They're not supposed to ring the door and say, yo, the police are here to arrest you. It's a raid for a reason, because of trafficking drugs. Not that he does drugs. Trafficking drugs is a serious charge. So is kidnapping. Okay. Yep. And so they were serious, like bash down the door kind of charges. This is how they're supposed to do it. So we're not saying they shouldn't have did what they did, but what they do about it afterwards, because they feel embarrassed, to me is hypocritical, ridiculous, and Ohio needs to get a grip, because this is the second one in 2 months that we had to put up here to talk about somebody like not getting it. Like, you need a thicker skin. You just don't get it. They're not doing anything against you really here. Right. It was he can have a creative outlet to talk about this, Can you want to pull it up?
I can pull it up. This is the part.
This is our friend Charlie, Moist Critical Penguino, right? Not
he doesn't
really
mind
our
us
friend.
using his videos.
We just call him friend because he doesn't ever strike anybody for showing stuff. So we like him.
Yep. So this is
it. It would be cool if he was our friend, wouldn't it? Like, we could invite him to dinner.
Being sued for it. He is being sued because the officers were offended. Their feelings got hurt, and they're claiming emotional distress. He clowned on them,
Bingo.
And it hurt their goddamn feelings so much that now they're coming after him legally. It wasn't enough to just destroy his property and pillage his home like they were Vikings, and also traumatize his kids, apparently, which is something he mentions in his song. Now they want to slap him even more by issuing this lawsuit to him, which I think is just an absolute load of baloney. What a pile of dirty barnacles. 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective with the Adams County Sheriff's Office brought the suit earlier this month, claiming an invasion of privacy. Let me just stop.
Wait a minute. Public officers can't have an invasion of privacy. That doesn't happen. That doesn't exist.
Unless they were off duty.
Were they in their own home, off duty?
Shit like that, but they were not off duty at this point.
They were in the course of duty.
Private residence.
In a private residence, doing their job on the clock. Exactly, Leah, in big letters, she goes, emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I know. This is why it's on the show. Do you get it, people? Like, this is ridiculous. They were doing their job, but now they've gone way too far. I would have been behind them 100% till they pulled this crap. This is ridiculous. Tell us more, Charlie. Tell us more.
An invasion of privacy, huh? You are on his private property. He has every right to record you. I'm not a lawyer, but would you also make this claim if you made yourself look fucking silly at a Starbucks who has security camera footage of you in their store? Like, let's say you spilt coffee or you were pouring coffee down your lieutenant's butthole, giving him an enema in public, and they're like, oh, this is kind of embarrassing. We're going to sue you for an invasion of privacy because you filmed us. Would the argument work there in that place of business? I imagine private residents also still have the right to record you when you are on their property. They don't need your consent. You entered their domain. You stepped into their neck of the woods. I feel like they have the right to record you. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a stupid paint-huffing idiot when it comes to the law. But I still just find the claim comical. An invasion of privacy. I guess them going through all of his shit, throwing his suits all over the place, breaking down his doors and all of that in his own home. I guess that's not an invasion of privacy. That's just a general wrongful invasion, considering this whole thing was completely bogus. It was a completely botched little raid here. They're claiming that Afroman used their faces from the raid and used it in music videos and social media posts without their consent. Again, I don't think he needed that, considering they're on his private property in the first place. But
the music video itself is pretty tame.
It's caused them emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. So these officers were born with glass bones and paper skin, huh? They can't take a few jokes on the internet. I imagine they're lying about this. I can't imagine they actually suffered any real emotional distress or anything. I don't think people were on the streets shooting spitballs at them as they walked by, pointing and laughing. Though they should, because they're fucking clowns for what they did here. I can't show the music video, but I highly recommend watching it. They look so fucking stupid in this thing. And it's all dog shit. Like, none of it was real to begin with here. It was just a completely failed raid from top to bottom. And they even had the audacity to disconnect his cameras when they noticed that the security cameras were on. It's just foul, completely foul. I do hope they feel silly. But apparently the silliness doesn't stop there. Maybe it's a humiliation fetish because now they're suing him and making themselves look even stupider, which is crazy. I'll go ahead and boil all this down for you. The plaintiffs are seeking all of Afroman's profits from the use of their personas.
Wow.
That includes the proceeds from songs, music videos, and live event tickets, as well as any of the money that he made using their likeness and his brand and other merchandise. And they're also looking for an injunction to take down the videos. Afroman made like an entire album's worth of songs around this raid on his property, and they all fucking bang. It is so amazing. Afroman absolutely crushed it with this whole thing. Literally turned into like a money-making merchandise music video, like empire, all off of this failed raid from them. And now they're coming to put their hand in his cookie jar and take all of that money away that he made from this whole situation. Afroman is attempting to countersue them for the undeniable damage this had on my client's family, career, and property. Law enforcement officers were acting on a warrant that stated probable cause existed that drugs and drug paraphernalia would be found on his property and that trafficking and kidnapping had taken place there. But it turns out that boogeyman was completely wrong. All of those suspicions turned out to be unfounded, and the raid failed to turn up any real criminal evidence, so charges were never filed. And in Afroman's music video, through the cameras, he was able to notice that some of the deputies may have seized some of his money. He was talking about some missing money that took place during all of this, and whoa, can you believe it? After a subsequent review by the State Bureau of Criminal Investigations, they determined that the deputies had miscounted the amount seized during the raid itself. What a silly little error that was. What a goofy little freak accident that was, that some of the money was just a little miscounted.
Coinky dinky, wasn't it?
I guess. Oh, that's
Coinky.
That's really this whole situation. They're suing because they looked fucking stupid here, and a lot of people were making fun of them for this whole situation.
Exactly.
Afroman put them on blast and made an entire album's worth of content around it, and now they're out for revenge. So I can't show you the music video, but I highly encourage you watch it. I would like to show you a couple frames from it and just kind of talk about it because it is so fucking wild. I'll go ahead and crop their faces out so they can't feel offended or humiliated here. So this is one of the early shots. The officers
already
were
played all this, right?
Every nook and cranny of his property. I guess
we can stop it here. Let's take it down because I have an opinion as to why these officers are actually suing. Because Afroman has a larger suit. And this is actually retaliation. This is negotiation. This is like if you don't drop your suit against Ohio's police sheriffs for the wrongful raid and damage to property and the theft of the money, if you don't stop squawking about it, we're just going to keep trying to press charges on you in another way. I think it's retaliatory. I think it is just strong arming, trying to get him to settle and to shut up.
Most definitely.
Clapback. It's clapback. It's just like the other Ohio guy, right? Well, I'm just going to sue you for impersonation so that you stop embarrassing the hell out of us because of what we're actually doing. Instead of stopping what you're fucking doing, I'm just going to sue you so you don't talk about it. How about stopping what you're doing? Like, how about just issue an apology, find his money, prosecute the people who actually took the money? How about some charges, some slap back there? Clap back there should be done. Instead of like crying boo, 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 I'm embarrassed about what we did. How about use it as a life lesson? Do your apologies that are well-deserved. Pay for the man's door. Fix his damn gate. Let him keep his money making fun of you because you freaking deserve it. Somebody better go install that cameras back too. Okay. And if you got embarrassed on social media, just grow a pair of balls and get the hell off social media if it bothers you so damn much. That's it. Okay, I'm done.
Well, thank you.
You got anybody have anything to add?
No, I mean, you covered it all. I mean,
well, you know how my brain goes with that legal shit. It's just like click, 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 boom. That's it.
They might face possible suspension and layoffs.
Oh yeah. Gee, because they stole while on the job and didn't set a good example of what a police officer should do. Oh my. I don't think he should settle. I think he should fight them tooth and nail and keep all his money because I think he's going to win. Right, Leah? I think he's going to win. Don't let them strong arm you into this. Although he may, for his family, choose to. I do want him to do whatever he's comfortable with. But if he fights it, I'm behind him. I think I want to cover this lawsuit. What do you guys think? I think this is a good one. I think I'm gonna put. We're gonna call it Ohio Madness, and we're gonna put both of these lawsuits together.
I don't think this lawsuit will ever see the light of day.
Well, we didn't think the one for the parody account would either, but it still got teeth. They didn't drop it yet. They didn't.
Well, not yet. I mean, I think it'll get to the point where they do their, they go before the court, and then when they see that he's not going to get out, I think the insurance company will just say, "We'll pay him the max, and then let's get the hell out of here."
Yeah, but an insurance company, before paying that, should also make sure that the police department did what they could to rectify any errors that they made.
And that isn't how it works. And we all
really
agree that it should work, but that isn't how it works.
I mean,
here's what's going to happen.
I mean,
they're going to pay out. They're going to pay out their maximum. Then they're going to the city and they're going to say, your new rates have now gone up by 5 times. If you don't like it, we'll be happy to walk out of here. And there's not going to be a whole lot of people who are going to come in and insure you because of what just happened. So,
you know what? It smacked me for having like a freaking common sense solution here in the long run. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. I agree with you, Quiz. That is the way it happened. But if you really look at it logically and they're looking a little long term, before an insurance company pays out a big debt like that, yeah, I know they're going to raise their rates and get it back. But when they do that, they're actually crippling their own market in the long run. And I'm just going to talk a little bit business savvy sense here. If you look at it logically, when you do that, you're limiting your pool of people that are going to be able to afford your product when you got to keep raising your rates to cover this kind of stuff. If you actually make the accountability on the people that are causing the goddamn problem in the first place and make them make programs so it doesn't happen again, so you're not back there next year paying another $2 million to Fred or George or Michael or for the same damn issue. Okay, you need to actually have the balance. With every payout, there needs to be a countermeasure. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fixated on those like Hall of Justice scales or something. But I really actually thought that that's the way most things in the world work. And I do know for a fact that when you are profitable and thinking ahead and actually want to be around forever in business, that is the way you deal with it. But and I think the insurance company needs to do better on that. Yeah, they're still making money, but they're making lazy money. And sooner or later, they're going to be off of it. Yeah. Off of it totally. Yep. Welcome, Jen.
Hi.
Nice to see you and your tatas and your tassels here. How are you?
I'm all right.
I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you could make a show. It's really cool.
Even though I'm a bit late, quite a bit late.
That's okay. We're talking on our last subject, which was Afroman's lawsuit with the Ohio Sheriff's Department suing him for embarrassment for making a very successful mockery of them with his latest rap. Is it rapper?
Yeah.
His
new rap song.
It's his new rap album, which is all about them raiding his home, which they did legally. But their fifis got hurt because he
because he recorded them and shamed them.
Yeah, and so that's what we're talking about.
So, did I end up missing the discussion about a certain fascist bigot getting tomato sauced and egged in New Zealand?
We didn't actually. We actually had decided to make a whole nother show about that because it's so big. But it is
hilarious too.
It is, and we understand both, like all the side. Like, yes, it is, and I can see why people would be thrilled. It is quite the comical video for those. For those of you that aren't aware, she's speaking about Posie Parker's recent visit to New Zealand. That is just too big a subject to do.
I mean, a couple of minutes. But here in Australia, we were the warm-up act, but New Zealand really brought it home. They really did.
There was a large protest, and they actually did shut down. They shut her down. They absolutely
they shut her down, and she left the country because she was apparently afraid for her safety. I mean, she got egged and had tomato juice poured on her. She's going to end up in hospital with that. I mean, this is somebody who's never researched how counter protests go down under, because it's pretty much a tradition in Australia and New Zealand that if you are an arsehole and you show up, you're probably going to get covered in something.
Record spent a good amount of time today telling me about that, like the freedom of speech laws there and how most of the stuff gets shut down. How but also because of that, the counterbalance of it, that more people are going to be interested in what she has to say because she didn't say it. And not that we want her to say it, because we don't really believe. I can't really stand behind what she's saying.
When you're digging out the thing for doing that, Claire, you've got to dig out the radio interview she did.
Okay, send me. Okay,
I'll find it.
You know what? Make me a list, Jen. I am looking, like, I just don't think right now that it's too big, and I want to be fair about it.
And it's still going. I mean, in all honesty, the fallout from it is still going.
It's a huge thing because they're using a whole women's organization. They're making believe like they're a women's organization to do it. Quite offended.
Yeah, and most of the counter protesters there were women, cis women.
And
not even trans women. They were mostly cis women.
Yes, and I saw quite a few young men there too. And actually, and it's not that I don't want to talk about it, so don't let me give you the wrong impression.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking that. I just thought
I did not. I got so angry reading just a little bit that I did today, and Record can attest to that I had to shut it down. I couldn't do the proper amount of research to actually do it properly, and that's the issue. Fair. I could not. I was vomitous, actually, at some of the stuff, because I went back to like the start of the organization and some of the speech. I had to do it right, and I'm going to need some time. But I will keep you. I will keep you in the loop. And I was very proud of Planner Walk also. And I think I said that to Ricker a couple of times, that I was, I've been following it. I just don't feel adequately informed to do it. And
understandable, Claire.
No, true. Just
I mean, you're in America.
No,
you're not involved in any of this counter protest.
Right, I am not involved in any
in Australia or New Zealand.
I'm not in New Zealand, and I'm cis. I don't and I have to actually research and talk to people that actually know. I would never pretend to understand a situation that I'm not involved in. Just to be respectful in general about the whole situation. And yes, Leah, proceeds to smack Claire for having common sense because she's into it. And that's what you're talking about, the lawsuit. I'm trying about the insurance companies. Yes, I'm trying to be reasonable about that. But do you guys understand what I mean about how they could like make money better than charging people more money if they actually, the stuff that they end up paying for, if they actually tried to resolve those situations like adequately, especially if they're theft and misconduct issues and things, making sure there's there's some kind of consequences that people are paying for it, that those consequences are severe enough to keep it from happening again. Because if you're
Claire, when you do the show, I think I have two people. I have an Australian who was actually at the New Zealand protest, the Tasmanian protest in Australia, and I have somebody who was at the New Zealand protest who we could probably get on.
Oh, well, cool. Well, let's talk. Let's definitely.
So that would be interesting.
Yeah, I want to talk. I want to talk to Planner Walk too, and see where they're at with all of this.
Yeah,
I know he did a lot of research. That's why I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So to be adequately.
Just to add to the previous Afroman story.
Sorry, I sidetracked.
No, it's okay.
No problem. Don't apologize. It was important. Yeah.
He's running for president. So
wait, Afroman is running for president. Oh my, that's it. My dilemma is over. My dilemma is over. I know who I'm voting for. This is great.
He is running for president.
Quiz, can we bring political back now? Like Afroman.
I think we can play that video.
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
Commentary.
Afroman and Tiger King.
I think what we're going to have to do when we go to political is talk about the difference between people who say they're running for president and people who really are running for president.
Because Tiger King, he's in jail, but he's running.
We can all say we want to run for president, but there's this process that you have to go through to get on the ballot. You got to go out and do signatures and shit. I mean, you can say anything you want in this country of ours.
Well, isn't there a paying of a deposit before you actually?
You have to follow the rules, and then you will be on the ballot and run for president. But no,
exactly.
You basically got to have hundreds of thousands of dollars behind you before you even put your hand up, because the expense of actually getting on the ballot is enormous in the US.
And here in the States, right, Quiz, even if you do get the money behind you, if your party, if you don't assign to one of the parties and have them back you, you're dead in the water.
Oh, yeah.
The only buddy.
Yes, you really are a two-party system in the US.
Ever got close to doing anything as a third-party candidate.
Ross
Perot in the Tea Party.
The big-eared guy with the most crazy. Listen, Record. This guy actually brought up UFOs, and he was running for president. I swear, right?
God damn it! If that isn't the most American thing I ever heard in my life. I believe in UFOs, and I'm running for president. That man deserves to be president. Let's vote for the UFO guy.
As crazy as he was, he did make a lot of common sense, but like he lost you. Like if you researched him, all that stuff started to come out, and like he lost me. But I knew a lot of young people that were going to vote for him. I did, and it was wild. They did everything they could to get rid of him, didn't they? They did everything they could to get rid of him. Because he was making waves.
He won like 3.8% of the vote or some shit like that. I mean, it was.
And he had the money.
Impressive.
He had the money, and he was interesting enough. It was just the background stuff that was coming out that really did him in. That UFO one kind of sealed it for me. I'm like, I would have voted for you, dude, but that's just too much. Like that's just too much for me.
I've got to say, I feel really sorry for you in America, because you've got a choice between bad and absolute crap. That's the only choice you have. You've got the Republicans who want to remove rights from women and all minorities and basically bring back Jim Crow. Jim Crow, thank you. And then you've got the Democrats who are basically entirely lip service now. We're not going to do anything.
What do you mean
we're going to pretend that we're doing something.
The Democrats have been lip service from the go. They had 49 years to codify Roe,
and they haven't done.
And they didn't. And the reason they didn't was because Roe was such a political hotbed that they didn't want to touch it. That's the only reason why Roe got screwed over, or everyone got screwed over,
because everybody just felt like a little bit of movement is okay as long as it's going in the right direction. And no, I'm in with you, Quiz. Lock it down. Dot your I's, cross your T's. We cannot leave anything left.
The court does not make law. The court only says what the law should be according to.
To be fair, have any Democratic governments actually had the number since Roe versus Wade to actually get it through as proper legislation?
Yeah. When Obama was in there.
Yeah, but I mean to put through that sort of legislation,
when Obama was in there, we had both the House, the Senate, and we had all three of them.
He did have all three,
three of them.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm thinking. You'd really need to have control of all three to push through something like that.
Should have been done.
So Obama is probably the only one who could have. Because I'm pretty sure Clinton never did have control of all three, did he?
No.
No, he only had control of the Oval Office, and he used his Oval Office.
He didn't even have the whole office. He just had his under his desk.
He was stuck in the corner, sitting on the board.
He did not have sexual relations with that woman. That woman merely tripped over and fell on his dick.
That's it.
Over and over and over.
All right. Now, okay. Hey, Rocket Couch. That link's for you. You don't need to be naked. It's after. It's 10 to 12. We got 10 minutes. You're more than welcome to come on up anytime. Okay. You guys aren't going to make them be naked, right? No. It's okay.
Well, we make no promises.
I mean, I'd also say that your Republican Party wasn't, even though Ronald Reagan was an ass, they probably weren't as bad back then as they are now.
Let's be honest. This is a political. So Let's not talk Hulu.
It's like, yeah, so we're going to get off politics, and except for this one point that they are right. The Clinton administration did let Scientology off the hook. Thank you, Harold. I can't wait to talk Scientology with you because you know all the history that I do. You need to get with me, dude. Like, we need to talk about this stuff because they need
Claire needs to get with Harold. You heard it right here.
No, not like that. Come on. I want to just have a conversation. Like, I'm not always a sex fiend unless when I'm a sex fiend. And I assure you it's not in talking about Scientology. There's nothing sexy about Scientology. It is.
Some people would say Tom Cruise is sexy.
Right,
I think they're
not
wrong.
like that.
I think
Not
he's
like
a short
that.
little hobbit, but
He is. Did you see the pictures?
Hey, hang on a second.
Wait a minute.
Hang on a
he's
minute.
shorter
Hang
than
on a
Tom
minute.
Cruise,
1
and I thought-
second. I
What?
take offense to that because
Why?
the hobbits don't look that good anyway.
No, they don't. I thought you were going to say
Coming
you're
from
short.
New
I was
Zealand.
going to say, liar, you're 6 foot tall. Like, what are you talking about? Shit. Unless you got to stretch, you.
Huh? I've seen hobbits. I live in Hobbiton.
You live in Hobbiton. I forgot.
Mm.
Yeah.
so you're South Island, are you, Rekka?
No, I'm North Island, but I can drive
you're
down
not
there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
But I
there.
live.
It's absolutely.
I live
beautiful.
closer than everyone else here.
Yes. Okay. So welcome the. It's the rockling. What is it? The rocking? It's the rocking couch instead of the rocket couch now. Ah, that's sexy, Carl. Yeah, that's cool. Is your mic work?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was still back in the back.
No. I brought you straight up in
Wakey,
front.
wakey.
You've been here, but thanks for joining us. Yeah. Do you got anything to add to the Afroman story? Like that was wild, huh?
I mean, it is. I'm learning about it from here, so there's not much that I could add, I suppose. But yeah, I just thought I'd join into one of these that has some time.
No, you should, and you guys are welcome anytime. You know,
Hey, Kyle, would you do me a favor?
Mhm.
Would you DM me after the show? Thanks.
Wait a minute, Kyle. I forgot to tell you to sign the NDA in the back.
He doesn't need an NDA
Okay.
for what I'm going to talk about.
I can't stop him. I can't stop him. Like it's.
No, seriously, I want you to DM me. I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
It's not
anyway,
always about sex. What is with your mind, Claire?
it's not always
Wow.
about.
I mean, always with the sex. Jiminy Christmas,
It is
Claire.
mayhem. Is that not the basis of this show? Are we not, most of us, naked and
Hang on a
normally
minute.
talking about man-woman relationships? We literally, in this series, we covered art and then said what the average penis size was. In art, how come they're always 3 inches? And then actually, Wrecker had to tell us about it's because they don't want to promote bestiality. And you're going to talk to me about bringing up sex.
I have to
Okay.
correct you on this, and I'm sorry.
What?
But in art, they're always flaccid. The average
are
male
all-
size is we're talking about is hard, and it's 5.1 inches now.
You mean
So-
it's 5.5?
Well, it depends what kind of art
God.
you're looking at.
Yeah,
Well,
5.1
that's
inches hard.
Wait,
We're talking
wait.
Renaissance art.
The last I heard, as much as you all wanted to, porn did not qualify as an art. Okay, it's not in the arts. Okay, it could be artful. I agree, but that's different. There is a difference between being artful.
I don't know.
and being
Step
art.
bro seems
Says it's
pretty
good art.
unartistic to me.
No.
I,
It could be
I heard
artistic.
a lot of guys actually measure a metric that report it in Imperial.
That's probably true from what I just heard. But I was happy to also report, Jen, that I've been a very lucky bear, that I don't
Yeah.
have to settle for the average. And I'm going to actually try to keep my record that way for the rest of my life.
Stay above average, Claire.
I may have to never do it again, but I'm keeping my average this way.
Wow.
Because they're telling
Somebody's
me-
in trouble here.
Claire, I would much rather have them be average in size but above average in performance.
Well, you know what? You got me there. You actually got me there. Okay, if they're but you know what? You're right. I'm being too judgmental. As long as you're above average in performance, you're still a candidate. There you go. Okay. I digress. Okay, there we go. All right, you got me. I'm always willing to change. If I get new information, made sense. You got me. Okay, definitely. Well, no. I know the quiz is just dying to weigh in. So, anybody have anything else to say before?
Let's be fair. There's no point at being 10 inches long if it only stays erect for a couple of seconds.
This is true. Harold, I like the way you think. And that's what you call above average performance in my book. Like, there you go. Like, don't run away from the situation. Like, it's all about compromise, right? It's all about communication and compromise. Here we go. Like, back to basics. So, where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm guessing from Harold's statement he likes clams. Sorry, I had to say it.
I know you did. I don't think they're ready, Jen. Like, I'm used to you, but I don't think they're ready. I'm good.
Honestly, Claire, I don't think we've ever been on a stream together that didn't get dirty at some point.
That's because most of our streams, we have our tits hanging out. What do you expect?
Yeah, but I mean, even when we've done 6-pack.
No, we're not allowed to do that with our boobs hanging out. Although I could talk to Chris. It might bring in more viewers. I don't know. Like, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I would never do it. That's a fun show. I can't wait to do that again. I miss it so much. Don't you, Jen? I miss my Friday morning.
Before I went into hospital, we were going to do some fill-in shows with with Jeff, but yeah, I ended up in hospital. So
well, for a while, Jeff was free enough to actually be part of the crew. Like every time we streamed, and that was freaking fantastic because I love streaming with Jeff. Hey, student, I'm so glad to see you. Cool that you could make it on a Sunday afternoon over there on New Zealand time also. So cool. But that's it, Jen. You guys need to take, like, everybody's always asking me, why is the bear always on upside down time? This woman here, Jen, and Chris at Hereticals are absolutely 100% responsible for that, because Jen brought me over for a show over to Hereticals that I had to be ready at 6 a.m. in the morning for. So it stayed up all night, hanging out in there. And that's their nighttime. It was late night. Yeah. We're having a couple of drinks. I started at that point, getting up that early in the morning, having to put cognac in my coffee to keep up with them. Okay. And doing these 2-hour-long shows. And I showed up one Friday, and I don't think I left since. I think I was there.
You've pretty much been part of the furniture.
Yep.
So you need the show that sort of disappeared.
I know the show is gone, but yeah, no. Actually,
to be fair, Chris is pretty busy at the moment.
He is, and he's doing Hereticals cast right now. I did do a show with him recently, and I did just premiere my first of a series on culture conversations with Chris. We talked about the Raelians and his personal experience, and it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So he has been busy. He's freeing up a little bit. He's working on some other things, but he keeps talking about bringing Hereticals back. It's just hard to get everybody in one place, because after all, there's six of us. There should be 6 of us, and and sometimes there was even more, but it's really difficult. I mean, Matthew's still really, really busy, and Grumpy's
Matt's been crazy busy. We were even we did do a stream whilst I was in hospital. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you
we
did.
did a stream whilst I was in hospital. But yeah, we've been meaning to do a few others and what have you, and it's just not been. No. He's been way too busy.
It's been tough because everybody has their own channels, but that's it. Like, everybody, I'm going to be putting the links for all the channels down below for everybody who's up here. But on that, I'm just.
And I'm home again now, so I can stream again.
Yeah. Do you have anything coming up?
I'm going to do something this week. I don't know when, but I'm definitely going to do something because I need to get back into it, and I'll probably do a bit of a social commentary on shit that's happening.
It's probably it's a big subject, and everybody should weigh in, and absolutely you should. You absolutely should.
Yeah.
On that, I know you're not. Are you producing content right now, Rocking Couch, or you just busy?
Not really. It's kind of just whenever I feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so there's nothing upcoming, but I hope you'll come back. I know you came up late, but it's just hitting midnight. I'm going to wrap it up, but I do hope you come back for the link. If you don't mind, I'll add you to one of the DM groups so that the link is always there for you if you'd like.
All right.
So that brings me to quiz. You got anything coming up? And please answer that carefully. You can just answer it with that laugh. I'm sorry, but do you?
It's a hard life, isn't it?
He loves the hard life.
It's always up.
He's up late at night and up early in the morning.
Okay,
it's up during the day. It's just.
Hopefully, you and I will get together and do something really soon. I'm really happy you were here. Not like that, Jen. Content, YouTube, Jen, YouTube content. Let me read.
Wow.
I'm aware of this.
I'm always being told to stay in my lane.
After
And
what
now
we were
look at
talking
this.
about, that was
I'm just saying.
incredibly bad
You're just
phrasing.
gonna need to tell me to stay in my lane. No,
Stay
Chris, you
in
know.
your lane.
Okay, so you're not gonna like that I say that I like to have you up here on panel, and I like to have you as part of. Like,
Yeah, we'll do political here pretty darn quick. Probably
there's a
next
lot
weekend,
going
I would
on.
imagine.
I'll tell you what, just Trump lawsuits could keep us busy till like the end of time. Like there's like 23 of them now. Like I'm going nuts. But there's a lot. But I would look forward to that. I'm just glad you were here. I hope you had a good time. And
I did. I enjoyed myself.
Okay. That's gonna leave me with you, Mr. Look at that skin wrecker, Drager. You got anything coming up?
You know, I'm taking a little bit of a breather, and just working on some of my own stuff for a little bit.
You know what?
So
some of us in the Discord get to benefit from that, and I really enjoy it. So that's cool. Well, will you be back next week for the next show? At least.
Oh, of course, I will be back. I'm always back.
Yes, you are. You know what? I had a good idea. And I'm going to do the YouTube things now. And you didn't even have to prompt me. So I get a gold star after the show. Right, guys? I get a gold star. I get a gold star.
We might have to let you win duo once, huh?
Yeah.
Let me win. Whoa.
I might
Maybe
actually
we'll let
have
you
to
win
give you
Hut Party. You never know.
I did
and
win
a game of
Hut
chess
Party.
too.
I did win. All right, we'll all address this part after. I'm not going to let my competitive nature take over the whole channel here. I will just say for everybody, please like, share, and comment on the videos. I wanted to hear you on the back. Please make a bear happy. Go down there, tickle that like button, ring that bell. Bear loves her bell ring. You know, stroke a bear. Bears that are stroked are happy bears. Happy bears get along with everybody. Like, just make me happy. Just do it. Go talk to me on the back of my videos. Why isn't anybody talking to me? You all have so much to say. Please come talk to me on the back of the videos. I'd love to have the discussions. I want to know what you want to talk about, some of the serious content. I want to know what of the crazy stuff that you see going on that you want to talk about on either What the Effery or this show, which is this show will be once a month. Mayhem takes some finesse. It can only be done once a month. With everything else that's going on. What the Fuckery will still be every weekend that we can. We're still doing AIT. We're doing library chats for those serious conversations, those conversations you actually want to have. We're still doing the true crime. And we're doing the cult series, Culture Conversations. If anybody has an experience that they want to talk about leaving any type of organization, or any cult or cultish. It doesn't actually have to be classified as a cult. We all experience this tribalism that goes on a daily basis out here. And if you want to talk about it, let's do that. Because I think it needs to be talked about because it's quite damaging. And you don't have to take it to be soon. But on that, I do want to say that maybe
said you need some cocaine.
Oh.
I do. I'm not cocaine bad. Believe me, as much as I talk normally and how aggressive I am on an average and gregarious and all this other stuff, and you really want to see me on cocaine, Mrs. Cassandra? I don't think so. I really don't. I think I'm too much already. Like, we don't need to go there. We don't need that. I don't need to add anything. Yes, Mrs. Cassandra, you can come talk about the bear cult. If you can hold a conversation for an hour about the bear cult, we will talk about the bear cult. And Leah's going to make a bear meme. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. Now they got they got my wisecracking friend down there with my artistic friend down there. I'm in trouble. Okay, but here's my idea, Record. Can we end on this? Could we tell everybody, like, if you're a member of the channel or a Patreon, you automatically get an invite to the Discord. Also, if you will do content with us in some way, you get into the Discord, or if you're a moderator of the channel. And if you're a member of the Discord, you may absolutely be able to participate in my next great idea, which is we're going to actually play the whole Afroman album for everyone in the Discord. I think that's a jam.
When are we going to do that? I need to make sure my calendar's taken. I mean, cleared.
We shall all have a private discussion about it later. While I'm whipping your asses in duo and putt-putt, in chess, in anything else you toss at me that you think you're going to let me win, quote unquote.
I'm sorry, who's the one with the higher elo here?
You mean in chess?
Mm.
That would be you. You did win more often. But do I play a good game?
No, you run away all the time. I won't even give you that. Refuse to give you that. You just wouldn't lie down and die, woman.
I don't lay down and die. That's for sure. The bear never lays down and die. Like, you got to kill me. Like, I ain't laying down.
She lays down and does other things. Much more fun.
Hey, Rocking, I see you were trying to say something. What's going on?
Yes, please.
Well, I was just going to add, I don't really have any plans on the YouTube side. I just thought it might be fun to bring up that I am, sitting in a strip club parking lot, and expecting to make some money. So I thought that would be, well,
that is very good. You know what? If you make a video, we'll help you promote it to make even more money.
Yeah, definitely make a video.
Turn your phone on.
Wait, are you performing?
Turn your phone on, dude, and let's help you make some bucks. There you go.
I mean, you'll be no support, and I'm just driving people.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh
man. I think that's the end of the show, guys. I think I'm kicking you all out.
It was just getting good.
Hey, let's all get hot and heavy for my really amazing outro, which I just love. This is like the sexiest music. I don't care. It's the sexiest intro on YouTube, and his out version of it with just the music. It's good. It's good stuff. Bye, guys. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you all next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Have a good weekend.
Bye.